Relevant, important, convenient. This is Capital Square from ONN.
Well, you don't want one bad apple going from state to state, and that's something we were talking about just a little bit earlier as we talked about Senate Bill 270, and that's the message that the Department of Education wants to put out there, that you are aware and trying to police the possibility of bad teachers who may have been convicted in one state coming into Ohio under the radar.
Yeah, there are a couple of mechanisms to address that issue. Ohio belongs to a national database which actually tracks, and we submit our disciplinary actions to this database, and we also get to see disciplinary actions from other states. So that is an initial check that we check for anybody coming in to the state. Also, there's a requirement that individuals undergo state and federal background checks when they are hired into the system. So that is another mechanism where we have to address teachers coming in from out of state.
So it's pretty tough to get away with something in today's background check world.
Yeah, given what we've got in Senate Bill 270 and the other mechanisms that were in place, we think we'll have a thorough look at individuals coming in from other states.
It seems as if every month or so we read in the newspaper about some incident, a teacher or a school employee having an allegedly inappropriate relationship with a student. But what I'm wondering is this really a growing problem, or is it just that more of these are coming to light?
They're just being reported more then.
Yeah, is it just being reported more? Or is the problem getting worse? Or are you just kind of exaggerating, oh, it's getting worse, and really it's not getting worse, it's just there's better investigations and so forth?
Well, again, I'd like to reiterate that the vast majority of educators are caring, dedicated, qualified people who go in every day and put their reputations and their lives on the line to protect students and to make sure that they're in a safe environment. With that said, I really think that given today's media and access to media and information, that I believe it's no different than any other profession, that obviously the incidents that are sensationalized and that come to light obviously make people think more about whether or not this has actually been an increase or whether there have always been isolated incidents of this, and that the vast majority are not subject to any type of allegation of this type. So I would say it's probably the same as it's always been, that the publicity there, however, it brings these types of situations to light in a much broader way than we've seen before.
Bottom line, are you both confident that this bill will address the kind of abuses the series talked about, and the passing of the trash, and give people confidence that these kind of abuses won't take place in the future?
Well, some things always fall through the cracks, but we know that this bill has gone a long way in ensuring that information comes to us more efficiently and effectively. We think we have addressed all the information loopholes that were out there in the system, and we think this bill goes a long way in ensuring that we have complete information and timely information in order to address these situations as they occur.
We only have about a minute and a half. Go ahead with your thought. You want to follow up?
OEA has always been supportive of the fact that if individuals have been proven to be a threat to safety and to the school environment, that they should not be in the classroom and should not be charged with the care or custody or control of children. And we do believe that we've been a partner at the table in terms of ensuring that student safety is maintained, and appropriately so, within due process parameters. And we'll continue to work with the department and other educational stakeholders in the legislature to ensure that that continues.
In our last minute, just basic question: Ohio is still a good state to work in for teachers and to learn in. I'll go ahead.
Absolutely. Obviously, education is a very dynamic environment right now, and we look forward to continuing to work to put things in place to keep Ohio at the forefront in the top 10 in terms of test scores and progress, and continue to move forward.
Charles, 20 seconds.
Yeah, we certainly don't want these types of issues to overshadow all the good work that has happened in Ohio in the past 10 years. And as Rachelle mentioned, Ohio's in the top 10 in education, and we know that the vast majority of our teachers work hard and have the best interests of children at heart.
Rachelle Johnson from the Ohio Education Association, Charles C. From the State Department of Education. My thanks as always to Bill Cohen from Ohio Public Radio and Television, and Mark DeKepp from the Columbus Dispatch. And as always, we want to hear from you, Ohio. Send your questions and comments to Capital Square at ohioschannel.com. That's Capital Square at ohioschannel.com, and we'll see you next week for another edition of Capital Square.